Hi guys, it's April, and I am going to give you a fairly quick September wrap-up. It's September, right?
Yeah.
It's September. According to the disembodied voice over there, it is September. Well, it was September. Anyways, I'm going to give you a quick September wrap-up because I had my mid-September wrap-up up, if you want to check it out, over there, down where my pants are. And even though I read all of these books these past 2 weeks, 4 of them were part of the same series. So I'm just gonna do one massive wrap up of that section and then that book. So this is gonna be fairly quick, which is good because I am ready to put up Halloween decorations. So this video needs to happen. Also, apparently I went through a red phase. This is my red phase. The massive chunk that I read this past couple of weeks is this series right here, the Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson. Technically, this is a total of 2 books, but because they were so massive, they both got broken up into 2 parts. So, 4 books. Win! Each of these books are over 1,000 pages of wonderful gloriousness of Brandon Sanderson's writing. The first book in this series is The Way of Kings, in which you start to learn about this whole new world that Brandon Sanderson has set up that is slightly reminiscent of the Mistborn series, which is probably why I got into this so quickly, but it's a whole new ecosystem, it's a whole new magical system. It is just a whole new set of cultures and creatures and things that just grabbed me. And of course, I flew through these like a madwoman. In this first book, you spend a lot of time with a slave named Kaladin who is forced into the army as a bridge bearer, and Shallan, who has some secrets in her past that is forcing her out into the world to save her family. The magical system in this world, as we are introduced to it, is phenomenal. You learn about the Radiance and Stormlight and these creatures. Grass hides in these books. Most stuff is on rocks. People don't understand dumb grass. I'm stuck on the whole grass thing. But that's a thing in these books. I really like how Sanderson can write dynamic and diverse characters. He is really good at adding witty, sassy females and males that get things not perfect. That was a sentence. But yes, none of these characters are ever too perfect. All of them have these faults and these flaws that make it extremely real. And so when I got to the next book, I can't tell you how many times I wanted to sit down and fume or chuck these books across the room. Why does Brandon Sanderson do this to me? It's just, I don't even know how to explain anything anymore. I really like these books. It is supposed to be a 10-book series. I have the first 2 books, which are 4 books. You can only imagine how the next decade of my life is going to be as I slowly try to get all of these. It's probably going to be more than a decade. Who am I kidding? But these books, this is one of my new things. I really like these books. And the last book I picked up for this month is His Majesty's Dragon by Naomi Novik. This is the first book in the Tamaran series. This is a historical fantasy in which, in the Napoleonic Wars, there are dragons. That description alone just, of course, made me buy pretty much the whole series. I read the first book now. I picked up this series because that absolutely fascinated me, and I really like Naomi Novik's Uprooted, but I do like how dragons are woven into the timeline and the culture of everything that's going on during the Napoleonic Wars and the conflict between the English and the French, and then you get the start of the peak of the Chinese empires and all the different types of dragons that are woven into the storyline. I'm really interested to see how all of this goes. I'm hoping the Napoleonic Wars ends the way the Napoleonic Wars are supposed to end, but we'll see. Will it? Won't it? I don't know. So those were a few books that I have read for this month. This wrap-up was slightly longer than I anticipated. I thought I was just gonna go, phew, but apparently I am just mouthy today. So if you have a read book that you really love, let me know down below, and I heart you beautiful faces. Bye. It's now time to put the Halloween decorations up. Woo!